not use the mic because I'm loud. 4 years ago today, the Harvard community and our school lost a really great person in Jesse Peterson. So I just wanted to read a poem. It was written by Mr. Snell, who was a teacher at the elementary school. And it's called The Week We Said Goodbye. Spring evicted winter, time to go. Crocuses, just infants, babies, fragile, looking up at blue skies. Pussy willows entering March worlds anew, risking, blinking, holding steady, daring to emerge, whispering to each other, should we come out to play? The week we said goodbye. The sky remained stoic, shedding just a few solitary tears on Thursday, but not enough. So our own tears watered the ground, kept it moist, while the sky stayed clear, filled with the stars taken for granted. They'll be there tomorrow, don't worry. The massive dome hovering above us, we're just ants, enclosed, trapped, in a sapphire cage, no escaping, nowhere to go. The week we said goodbye. Ice on Bear Hill Pond, surrendering, see you next year. As origami floated by, hesitant, some sinking, others going out on small currents, but coming back ashore. Safe harbor, come back, come back. Canadian geese, relentless in their return. Two in particular, together, trumpeting their arrival again. Stronger, bolder, soldiers on a mission, starting new generations. We're back, hey, we're back. Look at us, we're here, we're back again. The week we said goodbye. Gigglers subdued, the composed cracking, friends fixing past mistakes, searching for solents, with rocks on their shoulders, but their shoulders together, linked, side by side, weights made light by the ferocity of trust. The week we said goodbye. We asked why her, demanding an answer. What did we do to deserve such a penalty? Heart shattered, ripped, smashed, shredded. The tender pieces scattered as chaos mocked us. Stomachs and minds on a never-ending roller coaster without seatbelts, no directions. Let us off, please, let us off, make it stop. Not knowing, not understanding. The risk of opening ourselves up could ever end this way. The week we said goodbye. The ride's end, Others get on as we step off. Fences taken down, strangers saying hello. More nods, surges of politeness. Friendships cultivated in concrete, foundations being set. The good becoming better, more caring, more concerned. Aware, curious, feeling, checking in. The maintenance light shining like a diamond, signaling it's time to check the friendship monitor, taking care of it on schedule. We're off schedule, but checking it, checking it again. The week we said goodbye. Some don't know, didn't know, will never know. Just starting to hear the story of the smiles, the laughs, the smirks, the story of grace, of compassion, of the bliss she handed out. Nothing asked in return. The tale of a little girl, a princess, a young lady, her loveliness, who made us want to be better. A story sprinkled with our silent admiration, once upon a time. And then this is just a short poem I chose, and it's entitled On Death and Dying. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am the thousand winds that blow. I am the diamond glint on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the autumn rain. When you awake in the morning hush, I am the swift, uplifting rush of birds circling in flight. I am the stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. Thank you.
So next up, we have Elizabeth Wilkie doing a reading.
Hi, I'm going to be reading my college essay that I wrote, and it's untitled. Walking down the alley lined with tin roofs and cotton sheet walls, all I could think about was the smell. The smell of week-old soggy tortillas hanging in bags. The smell of sewer system, or rather a 4-foot hole in the ground. And the smell of 20 families with limited access to water, each with at least 8 kids crammed into a single room. Yet, as I looked around me, dozens of angelic smiles and glimmering chocolate brown eyes radiated with excitement. I was a hazel-eyed girl from America, and better yet, from my little red bag, I was giving out candies for everyone. Despite the stifling stench, I knew I could sacrifice even just a little for the innocence of these children. Every time I went to the parcela, the Spanish name my aunt gave the poverty-stricken plot of land, the children would come running, asking what was in my bolsita roja. I would then hand each one a chocolate or mint, whatever I could find cheap and in abundance. Yet one wasn't enough to fill an empty stomach, so they would always beg for another. These children, ranging from infants to full-grown teenagers, whose parents' dream for their futures were washing windshields, went about each day not knowing if they would be able to find food for the next. After my time spent at the parcela, I would go back to my aunt's apartment in the center of Mexico City and find myself overwhelmed in shame. Why was I so fortunate to have grandparents who immigrated to the United States and sought out a better life for their children and their children's children, when there are so many with nothing? Walking amongst the families in the parcela, I felt guilty and uncomfortable, knowing that I had a privileged life. It just didn't seem fair. The first few days of visiting the children was a challenging adjustment, but by the end I realized something that will forever be with me. I shouldn't feel guilty for the life I was given, but rather I should take what I have and share it, for everyone needs a little sweetness in their lives. Back at home, it could be easy for me to forget this feeling of generosity and take things for granted. To help remind me, 74 sharply cornered, glossy postcards are taped to my wall. Each postcard depicts a different location and a place I dream to one day visit. From Denver, Singapore, San Francisco, Cairo, Salt Lake City, Tokyo to Buenos Aires, Each city is a treasure chest filled with culturally rich experiences. Even more importantly, they are the homes to people offering an exchange of hope, understanding, and knowledge. Looking at these cards, and especially the one depicting the Zocalo in Mexico City, I am reminded of the places around the globe which present me with a culture to be explored, and people who are waiting for someone to hand them a little red bag of sweetness.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm going to play a song called Waldo that I wrote.
How is it that you can still make me feel this way, though we haven't talked in ages? And I thought I'd moved on. I guess with you I loved for life. Now I love for loneliness. Someone I should stick to.
This one's more upbeat, and I need to stand to look at my music because I finished it yesterday and don't know it very well. Woo!
I really like you to just appreciate the art. I'm the best kind of buddy.
We're in a black box and I'm like, you can't be the guy.
Yeah. I was like the front row for a good show. Another spot school today. We killed it for school today. We killed the show for spot school.
This one is called Sentimental Mentality. Sentiments on a picture someday to be faded. Memories in a snow globe waiting to be shaken. Thinking of missing the old, being jealous of the new, but stuck in your place, stuck being you. And the sentimental feelings whirl throughout my head. The sentimental feelings whirl throughout my head. I'm afraid of what comes next, but no, it's not controllable. The old is off to new and better places, and the new is there to follow the old. But I'm just trapped in the middle, while everyone embraces the change. But I fear what time will make me, how time might change my path. I wanna soak it in as much as I can before it's all gone. I'm more in love with my memories than I am with you. If I let go, it'll leave me naked, raw and true. If I relive the memories, would I find my past differently? Not just old and new can change, but I can too. But the sentimental feelings whirl throughout my head. And the sentimental feelings whirl throughout my head. I'm afraid of what comes next, but no, it's not controllable. The old is off to new and better places, and the new is there to follow the old. But I'm just trapped in the middle, while everyone embraces the change. And my sentimental mentality is pulling me back to the past. My sentimental mentality is pulling me back to the past. My sentimental mentality is pulling me back to the past. Pulling me back, pulling me back, pulling me back, pulling me back to the past. Pulling me back, pulling me back, pulling me back, pulling me back to the past. Oh, 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 oh. And my sentimental mentality is pulling me back to the past.
here comes from Suzuki Method Piano Book, number 2. It's called Echo Size. It's a good song, I promise you. It's a good one. And the second one I wrote, this one is a love song. This one is a love song. Hopefully it goes better than the first one. So you dance with you, we give up on a train and I realize that it's all about how my life sucks and how I'm really sad and guys don't want to date me and I have no friends and that's not even true cause I have you. I've poetically neglect you, my executive side does not embrace you and that's not really very fair, no. You understand me better than most people and you're the one I talk about music with. You're the one I call when I'm really, really sad. I don't know what the heck I'd do if you randomly disappeared. Yay! You make me wish I was a lesbian. You make me wish I was a lesbian. You make me think that I'm a lesbian and I love you. You make me wish I was a lesbian. You make me think that I'm a lesbian. I swear I'm a lesbian and I love you. I love you. Is this a when I was in 8th grade, and I was going to read, I wrote it when I was in 8th grade, and I was going to read the original, but then I saw it this afternoon, and I was like, I can make this into something bigger. So I sort of wrote it in 8th grade, but I also sort of wrote it this afternoon. So, yeah, I think it's pretty good. Okay. It's called, I don't know what it's called anymore. I won't give it a name. I won't give it a name if I give away too much. Then your eyes flick open with a yawn, and you think it's morning again. He'll come to your house and let his sun seep yellow light through your curtain. He'll knock on your door to once more sell you opportunity in little silver bottles in exchange for 12 more hours of your time. Does he impress or frighten you in his old Nike sneakers and cherry red suit? Don't worry, he has no favorites. He's not a bad man. But it would be just a small stretch to say that he's kind. He'll watch you go along your way, drive down your daily street with instant breakfast in your mouth. He sees you kiss the same old lovers, parents, kids, and friends. Do you rush because you're excited, or do you rush to stay alive? Are your embraces made in love, or have they grown weak through life? Do they shatter with a single touch? Do butterflies still dance inside your vertebrae? He can tell the difference more easily than anyone. He sees which silver bottles are drunk down and which ones lay forgotten. As the hours run low, his wife will sneak in and steal the silver bottle to help you rest and ready yourself for him to come again, and buy 12 more hours of your time. And when she brings him these vials, he takes those with something left inside and dumps them into the stars. So the stars fall like a mist of sparkles, like a little funeral. Because secretly, although it's a small stretch to say he's kind, he's not a bad man. He sells you silver bottles because he wants you to drink from them. He wants you to be alive.